That's not a good way to start, given today's climate. It's not a dry, continuous cough, I promise. Right, let me click on that. Evening, we should be live. Yep. How are we all doing? Let's see. Wait for a few people to join on, hopefully. So I hope we're all doing really well. I don't think we've got any viewers just yet, but I'm just going to put this message out there. I hope you're all safe and well at home or wherever you may be around the world. I hope you're safe, and I hope you're at home and healthy and doing all that sort of stuff, because obviously what's going on in the world at the minute. I'm going to eat my yogurt. 4 viewers, so just say hello if you're there. Say hello, drop us a comment. Any questions you've got, hit us up about anything. Obviously the elephant in the room at the minute is COVID-19, coronavirus, which I'm happy to talk about, but if you've got anything else wedding videography related that you want to ask questions on, then I'm just here for the next sort of hour. Right, who have we got? MC Media and Film. Hi, mate. Sandhill Films, hello. I doubt it, main man. Hey. Fairhurst, how we doing, mate? Local lad to yourself, only in Blackburn. Yes, top man. Are you a football fan? McMedia. I forget people's first names. I'm so used to seeing company names and user tags. I forget people's actual first names. But I'm a Blackburn Rovers fan. If you follow football. Yes, Pat. How we doing, mate? Hope you're good, bud. So yeah, and just, I mean, I do. If you've not seen one of these before, I normally do a monthly live stream where I share my editing and answer questions as I'm going along. And we normally have a good chat, and I get a few good questions. So, excuse me. That's the normal format, but I don't. So it's not like I don't have any edits to do at the minute. So I was like, well, maybe I don't need to bother doing a live edit Q&A. But as much as I thought it would be good to still do it in case anyone does want to ask questions about current stuff, and as much as anything else, I'm just bored. All my weddings have been postponed. I don't know how you lot are getting on, but all of my weddings for the next sort of 3 months or so have been postponed. I've just got my calendar up here on the wall, just checking it. And I've not, apart from walking the dogs and getting my daily exercise that we're allowed, I've not left the house for like a week and a half. And just finding stuff to do. So who knows, I might do more live stuff. Do you ever burn out? I love what I do, but I'm in a plateau that I worry is the beginning of the end. How do you stay passionate? Oh, well, is this? It's a tough question. It's a good question. Is this predicated because of the current situation? Is that what's getting you down? Because if so, you're not alone. This is a weird time, and it's bound to be getting you down. But I really hope that's not the case, where you're feeling like it's the beginning of the end. How do I stay passionate? It's a funny one, because I don't really feel like I don't have that creative itch that a lot of people will say. Do some passion projects and do film and edit some projects outside of weddings that you just want to do, that are just for you, that you love to do. But I don't really feel that creative need to do that. I don't get that itch. So I just enjoy going to parties and filming them, and I get my kicks out of the business side and doing this sort of stuff. I enjoy my YouTube. So, but that might be your answer. That might be your answer, to film some stuff outside of weddings that lets you enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe are you taking too much on? It's really important. We all get burnt out. I get burnt out towards the end of the wedding season every year, and I get burnt out towards the end of the year, and I just start going through the motions and rattling off films and not really getting too creative with them. And then you've just got to slap yourself, stop and check yourself and go, no, I need to give it my all, because my couples deserve it. So for me, actually, I watch like proper films and TV, Hollywood stuff. I watch a lot of Netflix, I watch a lot of movies, I go to the cinema often. I enjoy watching proper cinematography and proper composition and directing and stuff, and proper films. And I'll see. So I've been watching. So I watched this program on Sky Atlantic or HBO recently called The Outsider, and it's a Stephen King series. The composition on that show is brilliant, really inspiring. And I was like, oh, do you know what? I can't wait to just give. And there's certain scenes and certain shots. I was like, I need to give that a try at my next wedding. So stuff like that gets me excited. But listen, mate, if you want to message me or chat anytime, because I'm always there for stuff like that. Or to play devil's advocate, maybe this is maybe it is your time, and maybe you're not enjoying it. I don't want to put that out there to worry or upset you, but maybe that is the right thing to say. Maybe this isn't where you want to be. Only you can answer that. But I'll certainly give it a bit more time, and keep hustling. It's tough at the minute. Where are the dogs? Hi Ellie, if you're still there, or Harry, as it probably is. The dogs are downstairs with Jade watching Grey's Anatomy, taking advantage of me being out of the way. Our dogs love it when I'm not in the room, because they get Jade all to themselves. They're always trying to push me out of the way anyway. Ooh, Burnley. Oh, just seen that. Yeah, best we don't talk about that anymore. You see, Ellie Sachs, I'm actually Harry Sachs. I am actually responding to your questions on this live stream, because I noticed on your live stream earlier you didn't respond to any of my questions. 11 weddings cancelled this far. I hit the ground running, and then Verona crisis hit. You got a bit of spell checker, a bit of autocorrect. I hit the ground running, and then coronavirus. Yeah, do you know what? This is going to be a tough time for people starting out, because they've spent the last 6 months or a year building up the business, and then just as they get going, coronavirus. I'm eating a raspberry yogurt bar, mate. Excuse me. It's very informal. Hey, I appreciate all your time and for sitting here and listening to me waffle. I'll sit here all night if you want. Uh, 11 weddings cancelled. I've had how many weddings have I cancelled? Probably about similar, like 11, 12 weddings. It sucks. But I mean, are they cancelled in your case, McMedia, or are they postponed? Because I keep saying they're cancelled. They're not really. They're postponed. I've not had a cancellation, but I've had all my weddings postponed. So luckily we've been able to rearrange the dates. And in that vein, if you are listening and you're having people postpone your dates, the best thing you can do is get on the phone to them straight away. As soon as they come knocking saying, we're thinking about moving the date, what do you reckon? Are you free on this date? I'd get on the phone and I'd be like, listen, I want to help you out as much as I can, and just become their best friend in helping support them through this time. Because then they'll want to make the extra effort to keep you on board then. Because it's tricky for everyone, but I think a lot of my couples have been great, and they want to still have the suppliers that they booked originally. So if you work with your couples as quickly and as early as you can, all the better. Speaking of Netflix, I love Star Trek Picard. The Picard series on Star Trek. That's good to know. I'm saving it up until it's all uploaded, and then I'm gonna binge it, because I've got a lot of other stuff on at the minute that I'm watching. So I thought I'll just save that one and wait until I can watch them all. Harry, did you just call a yog? Wow, I saw you learning the saxophone. I'd stick to the day job if I were you. You're a terrible student. Are you going with a 50% payment plan with your postponed couples to help with cash flow going to effective? So yeah, this is the problem. We're going to fill out the diary with 2020 dates. Next year's diary is going to be full of this year's weddings. So we're losing out on 2 years' business, really. Am I going with a 50% payment plan with your postponed couples? Yes. So what I'm doing with my couples is, obviously they've paid a deposit at this point, and all the ones that are sort of cancelling for April, May, June, July this year, or postponing, sorry. I'm just saying to them, do you mind still? Because don't forget, they've probably got a cash pot sat in the bank, because the wedding's coming up in April, May. They'll have all the money ready to pay it. So, and they might suddenly need that money more than they did before. But like I say, I'm lucky. A lot of my couples have been reasonable in that, and they've been lovely in that they understand that this is our livelihood as well, and that we might be struggling. So I've just been saying to people, look, if you don't mind, it would help me with cash flow and kind of getting through the year. Would you mind paying half of the final balance now, as you would have done, and then we'll save half till next year? And everyone's been great with that, and that's working for me. So I don't want all of the money now and then nothing next year. And plus, I think it's a win-win then, because they're paying half of their wedding off, and I'm getting a bit of like half of the payment to keep me tied over until next year, and then next year I'll have like money coming in as well. Thinking about the GH5 from the G7, upgrading to GH5 from G7. Do it. I believe the GH5 is really good. Four weddings postponed. I hope they don't clash with others. See, this is the problem. My April, March, and June next year, I've filled up every Saturday now with postponements and stuff. It's annoying. And then, obviously, just new independent inquiries are coming in for next year, and I've suddenly got no dates free for them. Pat, you probably do more weddings than me these days. I bet you're struggling with loads of postponements. Very good to see, though, Patrick. Looks like you are smashing it. Ellie Sachs. Adam, do you follow Lucy Wright's advice on seeing if couples can pay 50% balance around the date? Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, same page for Ellie Sachs. Good. I miss you, Harry and Ellie. Hope you're well. We should have a FaceTime with the dogs. Yeah, 50% payments I'm going with at the minute, and it works for me. As I say, I don't want all the money now. I don't want none of the money now. Half's good, and it helps the couple as well because they can pay off some of the wedding. And I guess everyone is a bit more cash conscious at the minute, just in case. Just do it now. You want me to FaceTime you now? No, there's only like 3 people watching, Harry, and Matt as well. I need to pick your brains actually, Ellie Sachs, about live streaming, because I wanted to do this on Facebook as well as YouTube tonight, and I didn't know how. Aside from just getting my phone out and doing it like that, which I suppose I could do. Maybe I'll give that a go now. What is the biggest technical error you've made at a wedding? Oof. Oh, okay. So, where do I start? There's a few. I've done the classics of like I've not set audio up for the speeches before. The speeches have started before I've had a chance to start recording audio. I've had batteries run out on me or SD cards fill out and the camera's cut out like halfway through a speech, or I've lost like 5 minutes of a ceremony on one angle because the battery's died. I've done those sort of classic things. I'd say the best one is the time that I was sat at a wedding, just sort of the guests were having the meal and I was just chilling, and I deleted the ceremony straight. I was going through sort of my B-roll in my camera, and there was a couple of clips that I was like, I don't want that one, delete, and I deleted the ceremony by accident, the entire recording of the ceremony, and then I had to wait until I got home to kind of see if I could get it, because the photographer was like, you'll be able to get that back, there'll be like recovery software, but it was still a bit of a panic until I actually got home and I was up for about 3 hours that night, late at night, trying to find recovery software that would get it back, and I did. And I spent about 300 quid on different pieces of software to try and recover it, and I did recover it in the end. So that was fun. And there was one time where I backed up a wedding and then went straight on holiday, and then I deleted over that wedding with my holiday GoPro footage. And I'd only done one backup. I'd just backed it up onto a hard drive and then gone off on holiday, and then I overwrote that wedding with my holiday footage. And 2 weeks later, when I got home from that holiday, the first thing I did, I ran in, I checked my camera, the card was still in the camera, and all the footage was still in the cards. Luckily, do you remember the time when the photographer got in every shot at the wedding? Are you talking about your own wedding, Harry? I know exactly which wedding you mean. Yeah, that was brilliant. Do you remember when Harry Sachs got in the way of my camera when I was filming the ceremony? This is killing. Oh, listen, guys, I've had every error and cock up that you could, and mistake that you could possibly make. Somehow, I've always gotten away with it. That'll be famous last words, I suppose. But backups and contingencies and backups upon backups and good planning helps you avoid all these mistakes. I've learned the hard way. Right, let's try and go live on Facebook while I'm here. Which one shall I do? I don't know how to do it. Groups. Wedding videographers. Oh, live. Boom. Start live video. I don't know where to put this. Oh, I am live. Oh, wow. Okay. How do I see comments and stuff? God, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, no. Right, yes. Hello, Facebook. I've just gone live on Facebook in the UK Wedding Videographers group, I think. So I'm live on YouTube right now and chatting with a few people, doing a bit of a Q&A. So I thought, because I'm bored, I'll do it on Facebook as well for you guys. So if you want to ask me a question, I'll try and answer it, because I've got nothing else to do. I hope you're all doing well as well and safe and stuff. And I'm going to flick between YouTube and Facebook because I've got conversations going on each. This is fun. How are we all doing? Jeff Wood's in the house. Yeah. Jeff Wood. I hope everyone's safe and well and stuff and not going stir crazy. I'm eating yogurt as well, by the way. Andre! Right. Back to YouTube. Do you remember? Oh, I read that one. Here you are still using one card slot. Yeah. Yeah. I know. So Facebook, I've just been sharing stories on my YouTube of the biggest cock-ups I've made at weddings, which include deleting ceremonies. I've deleted an entire ceremony whilst I was still at the wedding. I've deleted a wedding by accidentally overwriting a wedding with my holiday GoPro footage. So we're swapping horror stories. Ooh. Who said men couldn't multitask? GH5 for dual. Yeah, so yeah, I should probably use dual card slots. Yeah, probably should. I'm a bit rubbish with tech like that. All these new cameras coming out, and everyone's like, "Oh, dual card slots and better features." And I'm like, Hello, Andy. Right, so basically, I've been waffling on YouTube for like 20 minutes, sort of answering questions and stuff from my YouTube community audience. So, because I'm extra bored, I thought I'd do it on Facebook as well. So, leave me a comment or something. Any crazy accidents at a wedding? So Pat's asking, any crazy accidents at a wedding not involving yourself? Like I've had some genuine accidents at weddings, like people falling over and hurting themselves and stuff. Like funny ones though. Any crazy accidents at a wedding not involving yourself? I always seem to be at the centre of these things. I split my pants really badly once. I split my pants from like the bottom of my front zip to like to the back of the top of my bum. There's a huge hole in my. I had white boxers on as well. I almost got set in fire in Croatia a few months ago. That was fun. Right, Facebook's getting busy. Steve Brown, hope you're safe and well, Steve. I'm alright, yeah. No, I'm all good. We're doing the whole isolation thing, myself and my partner. I've not left the house in days and generally going a bit stir crazy. But other than that, I'm good. top three vlogs who inspire you looking up to this season. Top 3 videographers who I'm looking up to this season. It's hard. Who have been looking up to this season? I tell you who I do like, actually. There's a guy called Russell Kent Nicholas. I don't know if he's in this group, or Russell Nicholas or Nichols or something. I don't know if you're in this group, Russ, but he's on Instagram, and I think he's based down south. And I'm loving what he's doing at the minute with his YouTube and not his YouTube, sorry. He's doing stuff on Instagram, and he's doing really well on social media, and I'm loving what he's putting out, and his brides and grooms seem to love him as well. I definitely think he's fantastic. But other than that, I just me. My mate Roland as well. Roland Turner of RTP Films puts out some phenomenal stuff. Not necessarily wedding related. Lens question. I have a Sony. I only have a second lens. Would you suggest Seymour? Hold on. A 24mm. So for a second lens, would I suggest a 24mm, 35mm, or an 85mm? As your second lens, as your backup lens, I use a 24. But yeah, it's important to have a wide one. So I'd say 24 or 35 for your full frame. I use 24. I use the Samyang. Got it somewhere. Don't know where it's gone. 24 f2.8. It's good. 35 for sure. There you go. If you could go back to day one of being a wedding videographer, what would you do differently? What, like knowing what I know now? Go back to day one. I would probably remember to hit the record button. I saved an abandoned woman in the woods one time as I was setting up for fireworks at a wedding. Andre, you've got the best stories ever. I've got some. I've probably got some. Shall we say? Not very family friendly stories that I could share. How many toilet rolls do I have? Well, we're down to the last dozen, I think now. I did go out and buy a pack of 9 about 2 weeks just before lockdown. I was one of those people. Right, going back to YouTube. How's the lockdown helping with the upcoming course? Right, Ross Fairhurst on YouTube. It's helping. That's basically all I'm doing at the minute is finishing the course and tweaking it and watching it back and stuff. It's a week or so. I'm just mainly waiting on Howard to drag his heels and get his bit done. But that's coming very soon. That we've been working on this course for fripping about months and months and months. And it's either really good timing or really bad timing, but it's definitely coming soon. Quarantine is better for you. What's just how do I get work as a videographer? As the first one. See, this is a polarizing opinion because the easiest and quickest way to get your first wedding is to just offer one for free for a friend of your family or a friend of a friend, or put some sort of advert out. But rather than putting an advert out there for anyone and just say I'll do your wedding for free, I would do it for a friend of a friend or some friend, family member or something like that, if you can. And it's, it's a bit taboo. Some people say, oh, you shouldn't be filming, going out for free, cheapens the industry and stuff. But if it's your first one, how else are you going to get in there? So I have no problem with suggesting that as your first wedding, go out and do it for free. It works. That's what I did. I had a decorative tree fall by itself onto the entire top table, almost hitting a baby, and I didn't catch it on camera. Oh wow! speaking of things falling on people, I dropped my camera on a great auntie. So it was on my monopod and I was filming speeches and it just rang and hit her on the head. And she went to the. I mean, it was awful. I was super apologetic, and she was like, "No, it's fine. I'm fine." And she went to the toilet. She was gone about 15 minutes. She came back and she was still sort of nursing her. I felt really bad, but it's a wonder I'm still in business. Adam? What is your story? How did it all begin for you? That is a long story. Basically, my uncle is a wedding singer, entertainer, Howard Wing. You may know of him or have worked with him or have seen him, but he's a wedding singer, and he asked me to go and film him at a wedding one time. He just got no. Sorry. First of all, he'd filmed his wedding with his GoPro and asked me to edit it, and I put that together. And then he asked me to go and film him at a wedding, doing his singing and stuff that he does. So he does this whole thing with singing during the meal, and he asked me to film that. And it kind of went from there. Then I started filming more of the wedding itself and less of him. And then he just suggested, like, you could film weddings. People get paid for this sort of thing. So I just thought, I'll give that a go. Yeah. And like I say, I did my first one for free. I can't handle your stories. Holy shit. Yeah, I've got a lot of horror stories. Yup. So how are we doing now? So we've still got a few on YouTube. We've got 11 people watching on Facebook. Isn't that nice? So this isn't just because I'm in isolation. I normally do this once a month on YouTube, but I thought I would also put it out on Facebook this time, just to get a bit of extra interaction. So I hope you're all doing well. I found that being in bridal prep, you hear some pretty strange conversations. What's the strangest thing you've heard whilst in bridal prep? I've heard things. I've seen things. I don't know if I've the wildest one I've done in terms of bridal prep and sort of nakedness, if I'm allowed to say, was a wedding last year abroad that I did, and they were not shy. Men and women were not shy to strip off. And I got some interesting footage. But I've heard all sorts. Well, you do, don't you? You hear all sorts. It didn't happen to me, but a videographer friend that I know overheard some kind of inter-family affair going on amongst the family of the bride and groom, and they caught it on a recorder, and that was funny. That never happened to me, but that's like proper like Coronation Street stuff. How do I do it? Can we see your studio office setup, please? Geek question. We live in. We have a forest behind us, so in the day that's really nice. You can see all the trees and the woodland and stuff, and the squirrels at the window. So there's kind of where that light's coming from there, and the GH4 that's on there that I use to film my YouTube stuff. My guitar, I've got my Nintendo there for when I'm procrastinating. A couple of monitors. So I've got obviously my YouTube live stream going ahead there. Rode mic that I'm using for audio for that. My laptop that's powering everything just slotted under here with hard drives. It's a bit of a mess, not very tidy. Printer. Got my wall charts here with all my weddings on. 2020 diary, 2021 diary. Got a bit of an isolation, well, my attempt at an isolation beard. Not had a haircut in about 6 weeks either. And then I've got a shelf full of like lenses and books and bits and bobs. So YouTube can just see the back of my head at the minute. Sorry about that, guys. I found one of my bridesmaids was a bodybuilder, and she whipped her kit off right in front of me, and the photographer was saying, "No." Yeah, sorry, Damien. I don't know how helpful that was. Can I flip this around? Yeah, I can. So, 2 monitors, and then I've got my archive hard drives in the middle there. These are 8 terabytes each. That's where I keep all my weddings, from like all the weddings I've ever shot. And then got the 16-inch MacBook powering these 2 monitors, and a couple of hard drives that I've been working off, that I've been doing my wedding film business course stuff off of. Bit of shameless promo there. Cheers, buddy. Office wise, I like looking at office setups. I'm a bit of a geek with stuff like that. I like a bit of DIY, so you'll have to let us see it when it's done. Okay, question from YouTube: the worst photographer story. I don't know if Ellie Sachs is still watching, but we did a wedding together. Where myself and the photographer were doing different things, and he kept getting in my shot, which was not ideal. I don't want to. I'm worried about who's watching. So message me. I doubt it, and I'll spill the beans. But there was one wedding where a photographer was like, "We're doing shots with the couple now, and you're not allowed to come." And I think that was the trickiest I've ever had it with a photographer, where they were like, "You're not coming to the portraits." Also, I went back a while, but I had a photographer who he literally, when they went in for the meal, all the guests went down for the meal, and he got his tripod out, put his camera. He put a tripod right next to one of the tables where the guests were eating. Had his camera attached to this massive tripod, leaned it right over the table, and was like, "Right, everyone, look up into the camera and smile, yay!" Took a picture, and then he picked it up, moved to the next table, did it, and they were all like halfway through the starters going, "Rrr." And yeah, it's just this clash of styles, because I'm so sort of background and unobtrusive, or try to be. So for old school photographers, I generally stay out of the way of. Don't hold back, call them out. I can't, because now I'm panicking that I'm going to be bitching about photographers and they might be watching. James Tracy, I saw his name pop up before. What a terrible photographer. No, James Tracy is a great guy and a great photographer to work with, but man, he never shuts up. I'm only saying that because I've seen him pop up on Facebook. Hey Adam, any tips for 1 minute these wedding films, like the first minute, and just whacked it on Insta? And I've just, because I've tagged the couple in, tagged the venue in and stuff. Because at the minute I'm trying to think of content that I can still be putting out just to keep my socials engaged, because I've no weddings going on, so I need some new, fresh content. So I'm just like doing throwbacks and stuff, and I only put that on half an hour ago, and that's kind of blowing up because the bride shared it and stuff. But in terms of making teasers, just like boom, sharp, snappy. Even like just each clip, just a second or two. Just, keep it cool and snappy and like upbeat and boom, 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 boom. There's a track that everyone uses that's on Music Bed that's like God, I'm not gonna. But yeah, something short, snappy, cool. impactful visuals, because half the time people don't even put the sound on when they're watching it on Instagram. How do you get the majority of bookings Insta-web? So the majority of my bookings come from photographer referrals, I would say, is the number one, followed by other supplier referrals like makeup artists, florists, hairdressers, DJs, venues, other videographers. Other videographers is a really good one. I've got a little referral group with some friends. And then obviously web, like just Google. And then the next source I would say is YouTube at the minute. I'm getting more and more inquiries coming through YouTube because I upload my films to YouTube, and I'll call it like London City Wedding or something. Then someone searches for it, and I've just today had a booking confirm, and they originally found me through YouTube. So that's interesting at the minute. And then Insta comes after that, and then Facebook, and then other stuff. But the main ones are word of mouth, photographer referrals, previous bride and groom referrals, and then all other suppliers. You know the track I mean. There you go. I had a guy passing out a massive wooden photo frame for all the guests all in front of them for the shot. Nice. Time we on? 1:45. Okay. I'm just going to sit here for another 10 minutes or so. Why not? How do you get that relationship with photographers? Is it a referral network? So loads of different avenues. I've met so many photographers through networking events. So I've maybe got in with the right people initially, but just any kind of events that come up, industry parties, wedding fairs, style shoots. I'm always looking for this sort of stuff, and if it's a style shoot, I might be like, especially when I started style shoots, I would message whoever was running the venue, the photographer, do you need a video? I'll come and do it. I'll just get some behind the scenes stuff. And same with wedding fairs. I've seen you've got a wedding fair coming up. Do you need a little behind the scenes video doing? And I'd tag along to those. And wedding fairs, style shoots, awards, the wedding award, entering the awards and going to the events. That's all networking opportunities to meet new photographers, suppliers, etc. And then weddings themselves, obviously. Every wedding I go to, there's always a new photographer, there's always new suppliers. And then it's just a case of being yourself and being a decent human being and getting them to... I think the style of videographer that I am, that most of us are these days, kind of just, minimal equipment and stuff. Most photographers like that, and they want to recommend you because you're easy to work with. So, yeah. But there's in terms of meeting people, just going to networking dues, the Andy Murphy parties that some of you guys on Facebook will probably go to, and all these, and workshops as well. I've done workshops in the past. I did a workshop with Jeff Wood, or Jeff Wood did a workshop. I went to it, and the videographers that I met at that workshop, we made a referral group from it, and we're still all in it now, and we still get each other work. Have you heard about this coronavirus we are dealing with down south? Just tough it out. What's up with you? It's only no, I can't. I better not say that. It's serious business, isn't it? Yeah, I know. It's the coronavirus is a bit of a pain at the minute. Hence why I'm sat at home, going out my mind. How tight are James Ray's trousers? Tight. Constricting. I would say that I'm amazed that he has not lost his feet, and that he still gets blood circulation. That is how tight they are, especially when he's doing yoga. How long do you think you'll be doing weddings before you go corporate or cinema projects? Well, unless Spielberg comes calling and I make the big time, I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know how long I intend to do weddings for. Because I suppose it does have a shelf life, and I don't want to be doing it forever. But I've no real interest to go into corporate or commercial work at all. So I love weddings. I'd like to think I'll be doing them for a good few more years, but we'll see. But I love the atmosphere of them. So hopefully I'll be still doing them many years from now. What software do you edit with? I edit with Final Cut Pro. Say hi to Howard for me. Will do. I've been chatting to him like on a daily basis, trying to pin him down to get him to do some work that I need to do. So this is from YouTube. I'm thinking of making a reel of everything I've done, but completely overwhelmed. Any tips? I would pick out your so it's Kevin, isn't it? Kevin that's asked this. I would pick out your very best films, your portfolio stuff for a show reel, like your top 10, 12 films, put them in a timeline, and then just go through and like make cuts on all the best clips from each film and just go for the really impactful visuals, and then choose a bit of a read-in or something generic. Like don't use a speech where the groom's being really specific about his bride. Use a read-in where it's something generic about love, and use that as kind of the audio for the show reel. There's one on where's mine? I think mine's on my website. I've got a show reel. My latest show reel is on my website, so have a look at that. You'll see what I mean. But just pin down your best 10 sort of films and just get all the best shots from that. When's I know you were, Steve. I know. When's your next scheduled wedding? Mine's July, unexpected. So I've actually got a wedding in May, and I've still not heard of them yet. So I should probably get in touch with them, to be honest. But yeah, everyone's postponing from now until the end of June. Yeah, I had one at the end of June that is just postponed, and that was in Mallorca. So I'm gutted about that, and they've moved the date. And I was having a week in Mallorca. It now looks like I'm going to have 3 days. Just fly out, do it, fly home. But yeah, most of my July ones are still in place, but I'm getting August couples now going, ooh, should I move? I don't think we'll be back in weddings till back end of September. Stay safe, doing a grand job. Love you, Andre. See you, mate. Thanks for interacting and stuff. Hope you're well. Do T-Rexes shoot a decent wedding? Don't know if they can. Hands are too small, Matt. Come on. What I would love to do is put a T-Rex in my wedding footage. You know when you have that bridal party running away from the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. I want to do that in a film. I'd be the sort of guy that wants that those wedding photos of a dinosaur chasing me or whatever. Stuart is watching. Right, okay, so what time are we on now? I'm probably going to clock off in a minute. Hi, mate, I'm just leaving. I'll speak to you soon. We'll do a FaceTime or something soon. Thank you, Facebook, for engaging. Hope you're all like safe and well and aren't struggling too much. And if anyone is or wants to chat about anything, drop us a line. And yeah, I'll be happy to help where and if I can, or just chat because I've got nothing else to do. So cheers, guys. Thanks for doing that. I don't know how finish. Right, ending. Okay, YouTube. So I've ditched Facebook, and if you've got any last minute questions, chuck them in. If not, I'm probably going to sign off. Excuse me. So as I say, really weird time at the minute because not a lot of us have got weddings. If you're watching from the States or wherever, I don't know where you guys are at in different places around America and the world. But it's a weird time in terms of weddings. But I'm trying to stay positive about it and get as much content out there as possible in terms of this stuff and in terms of weddings for my potential brides and grooms. So I think just try and keep as normal as possible. Keep your social media going. Keep putting out your films. If you've not found the time to do certain things before, find the time now. YouTube SEO and uploading my films to YouTube and trying to rank to be searched and found on YouTube is something that I've had success with recently. So maybe look into that if you're looking for something to do with this downtime. At the minute, I am furiously trying to finish this wedding business course that we're about to launch. And it's going to be a complete huge course about how to film and edit and make a wedding film and how to run a wedding business as a whole. I'm doing half the course on filming and editing. Howard's doing the other half of the course, which is all on business and how to run a wedding business. So that's coming very soon. I know a few of you are still patiently waiting for that. And I know I just keep saying it's coming soon, but with everything that's happened recently, it kind of had to take a back seat. And then we've tried to update it and add more sections in because of what's happening at the minute. So expect it round about Easter. But thank you as ever for watching and engaging. And if you're watching this back, obviously it's going to be on the channel. Leave us a comment and stay safe and stay well. Hope you're all doing all right. And again, if anyone has any questions about what to do at the minute with all these postponements and weirdness, or anyone's struggling and they just want someone to talk to, I'm here. Drop us a line. Happy to help where I can, or just chat if you're bored or struggling or not. Yeah. Thank you very much. I will see you guys soon in the next video, more likely. And obviously next month I'll have another stream coming up. So yeah, take care.